Welcome back to the Freeman Motorsports YouTube channel. Today, we're going live for the NASCAR Cup Series at Darlington. We're only going to be doing the final stage here today because, well, if you can't tell, I'm on the road. I kind of got a different background on today, and also I'm having to use a bit of a different streaming device. So if there's a couple technical difficulties, you're just going to have to bear with it. Not too much I can do. But, yeah, so we're just going to be live for this final schedule, so I appreciate it if you guys are able to tune in. But yeah, we just got the final stage in here. Honestly, today it's just not gone well for my favorite driver, Kyle Larson. Just had the spin early on and then ends up finally getting back up into the top 10, then blowing the engine. But yeah, no, this final stage is about to get underway. My other favorite driver, though, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., actually finally working his way forward pretty good. He's up into 11th right now. But we're going to be going green for this final stage here in a second. Appreciate anybody who tunes in. I'll do my best to keep up with the chat, but the green flag is out. Chastain on the inside, Hamlin on the outside. Hamlin just gained the lead through the pit stop cycle. He has not been out front yet today, but here he is with the lead. Getting a great push from Joey Logano. That outside lane's really hooked up here for this restart. Chastain holding him tough on the inside, but Hamlin's going to get that runoff corner exit down the back straightaway. Oh, and the one sideways. The one is sideways, and he noses it into the inside wall hard. That's it for Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain is out of this race. On every restart, he'd been pushing the issue more than anybody else, and he finally got too loose off corner exit, and he just nosed it to the inside. But that's what we get with somebody like Ross Chastain, probably the most aggressive driver in the Cup Series nowadays, and he was just pushing it as hard as he could. Ends up biting him. That is tough for Ross Chastain. That is going to end his day. He honestly had a great run going. I mean, Ross Chastain has really surprised me this year. I think he continues to surprise everybody every weekend. He runs up in the top 5, and he honestly had a great shot at winning this one today, but just pushes the limit a bit too far off turn 2 and just goes sideways. And a couple times earlier in the race, he's been able to save that car, but today, this time, not quite. If you guys want to let me know how the audio quality is or the picture quality, I'd appreciate it. But he'll join Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch in the garage. Try to see anybody else. I think they're the only guys out in the race. Oh, yeah, Corey LaJoie also had that issue. So, and BJ McLeod's quite a few laps down, but I'm not sure if that's mechanical or not. But either way, he will now that's at least 5 cars out of this race. And I believe the free pass is going to be Austin Cindric. That'll put Austin Cindric back on lead lap, and we'll have 28 cars on the lead lap now. Choco Sluss, green, and the audio's good. Okay, thanks for that update. But anyway, so far today, the racing's been really good. I mean, honestly, we've seen a lot of great battles on the restart. And right there, I mean, Ross Chastain, another example of that. This time, didn't have too much of a battle because he ended up taking himself out. But we've seen quite a few entertaining restarts here in this one. But even on the long run, we've seen quite a few green flag passes for the lead. I think we've seen at least 4, maybe, green flag passes for the lead, which is, I mean, quite a few. We've already had 7 cautions on the day, which we had quite a caution-filled stage 1. We had 4 cautions in stage 1. But since then, it's settled down a bit, but it looks like it could be picking up again for this final stage. It'll be interesting to see. I'd be shocked if anybody comes down to pit here. Since we literally haven't even run a lap on these tires. But honestly, I want to give a couple shout-outs to some guys having pretty good runs so far today. Hamlin working his way up from the rear in the lead right now. Eric Almirola having a great run in the top 5. Daniel Suarez in 6th. Eric Jones in 8th. Eric Jones is probably his best track on the schedule. He's got a win here, but that was in Joe Gibbs' equipment. But once again, I mean, even in petty GMS equipment, he has a shot at maybe getting a win here today. He's been running up in the top 5 for short stints here today, but he spent the entire day in the top 10. Also, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., after finishing runner-up in Dover last week, also having another pretty solid run right now in 13th. The rookie Harrison Burton, maybe since he's running a throwback to his father, he's getting a little bit extra luck this weekend. Right now he's running up in the top 15. Maybe he'll get his first top 10 of his rookie campaign. And then we've got anybody else having a good run. Okay, it looks like Landon Castle's still doing pretty good. He's still on the lead lap in that 77 car. And it looks like Daniel Hemrick and BJ McLeod may have also taken their cars to the garage. So if Chastain's also out of this race, that means there's 29 cars still in this race, and 28 still in the lap. So quite a few. This has been quite an attrition-filled event. Darlington usually provides a bit of attrition, being one of the most demanding tracks on the schedule on cars and drivers. Eric and Chaco Ross, Larson and Bell are your favorite drivers. Well, you've only got one left right now. That's Christopher Bell. So he's still running pretty solid up in the top 10, but so were Larson and Chastain when they bit the dust. So, but hopefully Bell can still get a good result for you. Also got Christopher Bell's autograph when I was in Dover last weekend. There's also J.J. Yaley pulled behind the wall. I think J.J. Yaley actually may have pulled that car behind the wall, if I'm not mistaken. Also, actually, shout out to Cody Ware. Cody Ware's still on the lap here this weekend. There have been so many cautions. There really hasn't been many opportunities for a long green flag run to put some guys a lap down. No, okay, J.J. Yaley is still on the track. So yeah, once we get restarted, we'll probably get restarted with, I'm guessing, about 95 to go, 94 to go. So, gonna have to pit at least one more time in this one. But the lights are out on the pace car. That means we'll be going green this time on lap 200. That'll leave 93 laps left in this race. And on the outside, you'll have Hamlin, and on the inside, you'll have Logano this time. Logano's had quite a few lightning restarts in this race. Can he take advantage of Hamlin here on this one? We haven't seen the inside line prevail many times on these restarts. So maybe Logano can make it happen. Logano has probably had the strongest car so far today. Here they come to the Geico restart zone. Hamlin on the outside, Logano on the inside. 93 to go here at Darlington. That outside line is really formed up well. It looks like Hamlin's going to be able to hold off Logano on this one, but Logano really gets a good run into turns 1 and 2. He's going to dive it off in there. He may slide up and clear Hamlin. Yes, he will. Logano slides up and pulls a slide job off there on Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin was just not the quickest restart, but Logano was shot out of a cannon on that restart, and Logano's driving away from the field now. Truex and Byron side by side for third place. Suarez and Almirola side by side for fifth behind him. Oh, Harvick getting loose there back in the pack. He's going to lose a couple positions there off turn 4. Chase Elliott's finally worked his way up into the top 10 today after having started out back in that backup car. But Logano driving away from the field. Your top 3 clear of the pack. As they run a lap after the restart, it's Logano, Hamlin, Byron, Truex, Almirola, your top 5. Suarez still having a good run, though, for Trackhouse in 6th place right now. If they can get one car in the top 5, that'll still be a pretty decent weekend for Trackhouse Racing. Chase Elliott working to the inside of Eric Jones. That's for 8th place, and he's going to get it done off turn 2. Chase Elliott's up to 8th place. He's moving forward here in this final stage. And now here comes Kevin Harvick to the inside of that 43 off turn 4. Eric Jones sliding back here a bit on this restart. 4's on that quarter panel of the 43. Side draft him down the front straightaway. Here they go into turns 1 and 2. 4's really pulling hard here, and he's going to get to the throttle before the 43, but the 43 will have that run off the top side down the back straightaway, and they're side by side down the back straightaway. bumping and banging as they go down into turn 3. Harvick going to send it in there deep, try and pull off the slide job, and he's clear of him. And now Ricky Stenhouse also trying to go through on Eric Jones. That's for 11th place now, and Stenhouse can't quite get it done. He's going to have to get out of the gas big time there. Now Blaney's going by Stenhouse, and Stenhouse is going to lose a spot there. That's one thing here at Darlington. If you're not able to get that pass done and you have to bail out of the gas, you're going to lose a lot of track position. Austin Dillon gets into the wall from a split second there. He was roughing it up with the 14 and Chase Briscoe there a little bit. Oh, the 43 and the 47 may have tagged the wall a bit there last time off turn 2. Turn 2 has been the hot spot for incidents in this one. And now Stenhouse going backwards here. Briscoe trying to look to the inside of that 47 for 12th place. Now, Logano kind of got a big gap initially on the 11, but that gap really hasn't grown that much now. It's only about a 3/10 of a gap there between 3/10 of a second between the 11 and the 22. So still pretty small, pretty close. 88 to go here at Darlington. Oh, Reddick looks like he's going by the 23 of Bubba Wallace. Now here comes the 21 on the bumper of the 23. Harrison Burton looking to pick up 15th spot. Right now, your top 10 as they run is Logano, Hamlin, Byron, Truex, Suarez, Almirola, Bell, Elliott, Harvick, and Jones holds on to that final spot in the top 10. But Blaney running up in 11th right now. He's slowly working his way forward. Blaney really hasn't been near the front of the field all day. He's looking to maybe try and get a decent result here after what's been a tough Stage 1 and Stage 2. Yeah, Chastain, they were just interviewing him real quick after he just got out of the healthcare center. He's just admitting that he pushed it a bit too hard on that one. But honestly, a great run from Chastain today. He was pushing this shoe all day and finally just pushed it a little bit too far over the edge. But that's what you get when you're when you have an aggressive driving style like Ross Chastain's. Hamlin now all the way up to the bumper of the 22. The 11's really been reeling in this 22 on the long run. The 11 seems to have more of a long-run car than the 22 right now. The gap is less than 2/10 as they go down the back straightaway. Byron also closing up on this battle for the lead. You've got a Ford, then a Toyota, then a Chevrolet, your top 3 right now. Also, Suarez has moved up into the 5th position. Almirola has been dropped back, and he's in a battle for 6th with with Christopher Bell. And Christopher Bell's gotten by Almirola for that spot. Now, Chase Elliott will be the next car who's looking to pass Eric Almirola. Chase Elliott really moving forward here in this final stage. He's been quiet all day, but here he is making some noise towards the end of the race. And now Hamlin looking low on the 22 off turn 4. He's going to get to his quarter panel. They're going to be side by side down the front straightaway. And Hamlin side drafts him a bit. Hamlin leads it that time at the line. Hamlin's got the advantage going down into turn 1. He's going to try and slide up on the 22 like the 22 did to him on that restart. And now Hamlin's up to the lead. Denny Hamlin's your new leader with 84 to go. Now here comes Byron catching up to the bumper of the 22. The 24 is going to want to try and make quick work of the 22 if he wants to have a shot at getting by the 11 for the lead. Here they come through turns 3 and 4 once again. 22 runs a bit of a lower, more defensive line there to block any run that the 24 would try to make on him. He's going to hold off the 24 that time. But Hamlin already pulling out to a 4/10 of a second lead. And Elliott's gotten by Almirola. He's up to 7th place. And they're going to cut to commercial break, but I'll try and keep you guys updated as much as I can, just looking at the leaderboard here that I've got displayed in front of you guys. Oh, wait, they're going NASCAR nonstop, so I can keep commentating. There we go, boys. There we go. Bowman moving forward here. He's just gotten by Harrison Burton and Kurt Busch. That's moving him up from 18th to 16th. Bowman's really struggled all day today, I will admit. He's definitely been the slowest of the Chevrolets, or of the Hendrick cars. Even though Larson had his issue, he was still fast throughout the whole day, or well, as much as he was in it. But, the 48 definitely been off the pace. This kind of reminds me of a couple of the races he had last year where he was just really lagging behind the other Hendrick cars. Yeah, this whole race, I don't think he's really been in the top 10 almost at all the entire day. It'll be 80 to go next time by, and Byron's going to be looking to get by Logano through turns 3 and 4. He's going to run a bit of a higher line than the 22. Hope for a bit of a better run-off corner exit. He's not quite going to have it that time by. As these guys battle, allows the 19 to closely inch up on him. Tyler Reddick trying to get by the 47 for 12th place. Reddick had to make an unscheduled pit stop in stage 2, I believe. That put him a lap down, so he's having a nice rebound here in the final stage. He'll probably be looking for maybe a top 5 even by the end of the stage if everything falls his way. But still 29 cars in this race, 28 on the lead lap. We've had a lot of short runs, so we haven't really had time to put a lot of guys a lap down. But Hamlin maintaining a couple tenths of a second gap between him and Logano. Hamlin looking to get his second win of the season. He'd be going back-to-back at Darlington after winning here last year in the fall. Darlington is one of Denny Hamlin's best tracks with 4 wins here, and he's finished in the top 5 in 4 of the last 5 races at Darlington. So even though he struggled so far this season, this is definitely a track where Hamlin was looking to rebound at. And so far, he's looking to get a pretty good result here. Logano really closing up on Hamlin, though, that time through turns 3 and 4. Yeah, he's really starting to close in on the 22, starting to close back in on the 11. Will the 22 be able to get back by the 11? And honestly, this race is provided for a lot of great green flag racing, guys. Sorry, I kind of butchered my English there. But this race is provided for a lot of great green flag racing. We've seen quite a few passes for the lead, or back and forth battles for the lead here in this one. But anyways, Reddick did get by Stenhouse. He's up to 12th place. The next car will be looking to get by is Ryan Blaney. Bell and Suarez are now in a bit of a battle. That's for 5th place. But we'll be 75 to go this time by. Appreciate everybody who's tuning in so far today. Appreciate everybody who's dropped a like so far on this one. I appreciate if we get up to 10 likes. Right now, Harrison Burton really fading on this run. Also, I mentioned Alex Bowman had gotten by Austin Dillon and Kurt Busch, but he just got passed back by Austin Dillon and Kurt Busch, so he's dropped back to 18th. And now Reddick's all over the bumper of Ryan Blaney. Like I said, Reddick was faster earlier in this race. He had to make an unscheduled pit stop, and he's had a great rebound so far. He's looking for 11th now. Oh, and the 20's got a big run on the 99 coming into turns 3 and 4. And he's going to try and pull off the slide job. No, he cannot. The 99's not going to get the run off the top side. They'll be side by side coming down the front straightaway. Christopher Bell definitely has the pace advantage on the 99 right now, but the 99 has the preferred lane. What's the 20 going to do through turns 1 and 2? He's going to hold the 99 tied up against the wall, and the 20's going to have to get out of the gas a little bit there, but now the 99's pretty swirly there off corner exit, and the 20's going to have the advantage down the back straightaway, and the 9's got a big run up on both of these guys. He's going to take it 3 wide. Chase Elliott to the inside of the 20, and the 99's going to back out of it. But Chase Elliott looking to get by the 20 off corner exit, and Chase Elliott is going to slide up and get the 2-for-1 in turns 3 and 4, and Chase Elliott with a power move, maybe the best move of the race so far. After starting out back, he's now up into the top 5 with that move, getting by both Daniel Suarez and Christopher Bell in one set of corners. Chase Elliott is up to 5th place, ladies and gentlemen. And just like that, Daniel Suarez lost 2 spots there. He's dropped back to 7th. The next car that'll be looking to get by him is Eric Almirola. The gap among your leaders is Hamlin's up by about a half a second over Logano, and then it's another half a second back to William Byron at the moment. But the 20 and the 99 were running each other so hard. They got side by side. Both of them had to get out of the throttle a little bit there, and that allowed the 9 to get a huge run up on him. And Chase Elliott, with a super clean move through turns 3 and 4, dove it way down low and slid up the track and got the slide job done on both of them. That 9 car's handling good here now, coming down the stretch. Also, Kevin Harvick's just gotten passed by both Ryan Blaney and Kevin Harvick's just gotten passed by Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, and Tyler Reddick. So the 4 dropping back here a little bit. So he just lost 3 spots there pretty quickly. He's going to be looking to get a pit stop in here soon, maybe make a couple adjustments. Hopefully make that car handle a little better. But 70 to go here at Darlington. Now 69 to go. We'll be looking to approach green flag pit stops here, maybe another 10 laps, 20 laps. Depends on if people are going to try and break this final stage into 2 pit stops or 1 pit stop. Also, Stenhouse has gotten passed by Bubba Wallace and Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch. He's dropped back to 15th. But Alex Bowman also falling back here. He's dropped down at the top 20. Alex Bowman just really struggling here this weekend. Has not run up in the top 15 much at all this entire race. Now here he is back in 21st. But still, your top 3, I honestly say your top 5 are all about a half second apart from each other. Yeah, Chase Elliott runs only less than 2.5 seconds back off your leader. So, yeah, your leader, your top 5 all still pretty bunched together, even though we're about 20 laps into the run here. Which is the type of racing you love to see when the field can stay pretty bunched together here on the long run. And passes can still be made. Stenhouse has gotten by Kevin Harvick. So Kevin Harvick really, really fallen off here on this run as this thing goes by. Only a couple laps ago, he was running up in 9th position, and he's been dropped all the way back to 15th. The next car that'll be looking to get by him is his teammate Chase Briscoe. Also, Michael McDowell moving forward a little bit on this long run. He's picking up a couple spots. He's up to 19th. And, yep, that time by Chase Briscoe's gotten by Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick back to 16th. Todd Gilliland gets by Justin Haley. He's up to 22nd. It won't be long before your leaders start to catch some lap traffic. Probably pretty soon they'll start to catch up to Landon Castle, Cody Ware, Cole Custer, Austin Cindric. Looks like Cole Custer may have hit road there, according to the leaderboard or something. Or he's having an issue and pulled it off the track because he just went a lap down. Cole Custer has just struggled this year in the Cup Series. I mean, I don't know what has happened to Cole Custer. In the Xfinity Series, he was so good, and now all of a sudden the Cup Series, he has just been honestly garbage. I'm not going to sugarcoat that one. But yeah, still, we've had quite a few commercials here during this race, but I mean, there's not that much you can do about it. Honestly, that's one of the joys of watching Formula One is that you don't have to deal with the commercial breaks that you have to do with watching NASCAR. Oh, I think some guys may be starting to hit pit road, it looks like. That would be my guess. I think Stenhouse just hit pit road. Unless he had an issue because he just lost like 8 spots that lap. Okay, I think green flag pit stops are beginning. Of course, while we're under commercial break, but they are beginning because it looks like Alex Bowman's hit pit road and a couple others. Okay, we're trying to get back to the broadcast so we can see who's pitting and who's not pitting because guys will probably try to do this final stage in 1 stop, but others may try and do it in 2. Honestly, Denny Hamlin's looking really strong out front. Still Joey Logano has made that gap down to 3/10. And William Byron also still within a second of your leader. That's the thing, is Denny Hamlin, if he makes one mistake, there are going to be guys right there to pounce. Since the top 5 are all within less than almost a second and a half of catching him. So I'd still say it's anybody's race who's running the top 5 right now. Becoming to 60 go this time by still 29 cars in this race. So far, any big incidents so far in this one? Kyle Larson blew a motor, as well as it looks like BJ McLeod also blew a motor. Ross Chastain crashed it going for the leadoff turn 2 on a restart. Got tight underneath the 11. And the 6 had an issue, and then the 18 ran into the back of the 6. And then those 2 cars took each other out. Corey LaJoie got in the wall pretty hard. Daniel Hemrick had gotten the wall pretty hard as well. And those are all your retirements so far in this one. And Logano, like I said, he's caught right back up to the bumper of that 11 car. The gap's less than 2/10. I think it's going to be really interesting to see if they're this close going into green flag pit stops. Green flag pit stops are going to be huge. That'll be the difference maker. If you pick up a second on green flag pit stops, that could take you from 4th to the lead. Or if you lose a second, that could drop you from the lead to 4th. How close these top 5 are running right now. We'll be seeing if anybody else pits here. Still, nobody in your top 5, top 10 is pitted trying to do this 2-stop strategy. Oh, Chase Elliott may have gotten into the wall, or he had to get out of the gas big time. Christopher Bell just went by the 9 car. The 9 car slow up against the wall. Looks like he's got that car going forward again, but I think he may have gotten into the wall or something, had some sort of issue. I think he just had a bit of a moment maybe going off turn 2, and he had to get out of the gas here. We're looking at a replay now. And, yeah, he just got pretty good contact with the wall. The 20 was actually already going by him. So, yeah, the 9 just got into the wall there quite a bit off turn 2. Not that bad of a contact, but he gave it a kiss all right. That moves the 20 up to 5th. And now your leaders are starting to pit. Logano's going to hit pit road from 2nd place. Byron also hitting pit road from 3rd. You know, fresh tires will gain you a ton of track position, a ton of time on track, even if you pit only a couple laps ahead of your opponents. We'll have to see where these guys shuffle out. Will Hamlin hit pit road this time by? We're looking at him right now. And he's not going to hit pit road this time by. Hamlin's going to stay out on track. And somebody's in the wall. Somebody is in the wall. Chase Briscoe's in the wall, but the caution does not come out. The caution does not come out, but Chase Briscoe made pretty good contact with the wall off turn 2. Have to see if debris comes up off that car. Briscoe was having a decent run in the top 15, but that may have broken something in that car. We'll have to see. Or it looks like he had an issue or something, because that car just slowed down going through turns 1 and 2, and then he got into the wall after that. So I think the 14 may just be having an issue. I think we'll have to see. He's on pit road right now, but I think the 14 may be done for the day. I think he may have lost power or something. Wow, guys. Stenhouse pitted about 5-8 laps ago ahead of everybody else, and now he came out ahead of Joey Logano, at least for the moment, which that shows you just how much track position that gained him, those fresh tires. That's like 5-6 seconds on track. I mean, that is insane. We'll have to see if he's able to hold on to that track position, but if that stays how it is, I mean, he could cycle out as your leader after this, but he'd have to stretch it really far here on tires to make it to the end. An extra 8 or so laps than everybody else. So I'd assume those tires would really just fall off towards the end of the run, and he wouldn't be able to hold on. But we'll have to see. If a caution falls his way, then maybe everything will work out for him. Ty Dillon hitting pit road. I love that throwback Ty Dillon has this weekend. Maybe my favorite of the weekend. I just love that orange. And I also just love all like the cool, like, numbers on the hood and everything. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in so far in this one. I cannot believe Denny Hamlin's staying out on track right now, ladies and gents. I just don't think that's going to be the move long term. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Up to 6 likes. I'd appreciate if we get up to 10. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But now here comes the 8 who's pitted. He's going by the 11. Still, the Toyotas have all not pitted so far. Hamlin, Truex, Bell, Wallace, and Kurt Busch have all not pitted. Just about everybody else has. Oh, and Truex is going to go by Hamlin here now. Truex is going to take the lead from Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin had a big checkup and turns 1 and 2. And the 20 is going by the 11. The 11, I don't know. He's got a pit here. The 11 is having an issue. I don't know if he's out of gas or something, but the 11 there had an issue. He lost a ton of momentum. That's going to really cost him once these pit stops cycle out. But I believe the 20 did not pit, but the 11 has pitted. And but the 19 is now your leader, and then he's followed by the 20, the 99, and the 45. So the Toyotas, as well as Daniel Suarez, are the guys who have not pitted yet in this one, as well as Eric Almirola, Michael McDowell, Todd Gilliland, Austin Cindric are your guys who have not pitted so far in this one. But now here comes Almirola. And I think Truex is hitting pit road this time. Yeah, I think everybody's going to be hitting pit road in the next lap or two. I don't see how you can stay out much longer than this. Also, Logano's gotten by Stenhouse, so now he should cycle to the lead. Yes, he will cycle to the lead. Hamlin's going to come out behind Byron, behind Blaney, behind Harvick. And Bell's still in the lead. Bell's still staying out, as well as Suarez, Wallace, Gilliland, and Cindric. So 5 cars have not pitted so far. So Bell, Suarez, Wallace, Gilliland, and Cindric, your top 5, have not pitted. And I think Reddick as well. Okay, so yeah, your top 6 have not pitted, I think. Yeah, it's your top 6. And yes, it should cycle through to Logano, Byron, Stenhouse, Blaney, Harvick, your top 5. Gilliland's hitting pit road. Bubba Wallace is hitting pit road. Only 4 guys have not pitted yet, and that's Bell, Suarez, Cindric, and Reddick, your top 4. So the lead will cycle through to Logano, and then Byron and Stenhouse, your top 3. Once everything cycles out, if there's not a caution. And Bell's hit pit road. And so that lead should, and Suarez. So now only 2 cars have not pitted, Cindric and Reddick. I think the 2 and the 8 maybe just hoping for a caution at this point. I don't see what else you could be doing, staying out this long on tires. But it's Cindric, Reddick, Logano. Oh, now Cindric's going to get passed by Reddick for the lead. Now that's Reddick taking the lead from Cindric. But both these guys still have to pit, so I'm not really sure what either of them are doing. If you guys want to put in the chat who your favorite throwback is the weekend, you can do that. Also, if you want to put your pick is to win in the chat, you can go ahead and do that as well. We coming to 45 to go this time by. But once your top 2 pit, it should cycle out to being Logano, Byron, Stenhouse, Blaney, Harvick, Truex, Custer, Hamlin, Elliott, your top 10. I believe that's how it will cycle out to. But yeah, Reddick and Cindric are probably going to stay out for maybe about another, as long as they can at this point, just hoping for a caution. But guys who pitted early, like Stenhouse. Oh, Cindric's hitting pit road. Cindric is hitting pit road. Now it's only Reddick who's still going to be left out there. And Reddick's going to have to pit soon, I'm thinking. I don't know how much farther he can go in gas. Oh, boy, this is honestly so crazy. But anyways, yeah, what I was saying is that Stenhouse, Blaney, a couple others, Custer, those guys pitted really early in the cycle, pretty much as soon as they could. And that extra lap time being out on fresh tires gained them so much track position. Now they're running up in third, like eighth, and like up in the top 10 when they were running outside the top 15 before that. So that's just how much those fresh tires made the difference. So we're going to be closing in on the end of this one, guys. Closing on up to 40 to go here in a couple laps. So this is the final sprint to the finish. This is make it tear. You got to make it now. This is money making time here. As Bubba Wallace making a move on the 48, the 99 going by the 24, but the 99 is a lap down, so that's not for position. And the 8 is still your leader, but he's just praying for a caution right now because when he pits, he's probably going to lose a lap, if not 2 laps. Yeah, just trying to keep you guys updated on your leaderboard. Some guys having good runs this weekend. Ricky Stenhouse running in 4th right now. Cole Custer up at 11th. Justin Haley in 12th. Eric Jones in 13th. Landon Castle in the top 25 in that 77 car. But we have seen quite a few cautions taken out, quite a few of your leaders so far in this one, including the 5, the 18, the 6, the 1. So, yeah, we can still see quite a bit of mayhem before this one's over. I would not be surprised if we get a couple more cautions coming down to the finish. This is closing up on being, I believe, our longest green flag run of the day. I think so far our longest green flag run was 76 laps, which took up the majority of stage 2. But, yeah, so far I believe we've gone almost 70 laps as is right now on this set of tires, or on this run. Oh, and the 48 is in the wall, and there's the caution. There is the caution, ladies and gentlemen. The 48 of Alex Bowman in the wall. He's been struggling all weekend, and it looks like he finally hit the wall and bit the dust. So that is it for Alex Bowman, it looks like. And the struggles for Hendrick this weekend continue, but Reddick gets the lucky caution, and he'll be able to cycle through he'll be able to stay on the lap here and keep a lot of his track position. I think everybody's going to pit. And, yeah, no, he will. That's huge for that team. I'm really interested to see, though, how heavy contact this was with the 48 in the wall, because we have seen quite a few heavy hits with the outside wall that were not called for cautions in this one. So I just want to make sure that NASCAR is being consistent. And I don't know, maybe he also spun after he hit the wall. I really don't know yet. I just know that he made contact with the outside wall, and he was slow on the back straightaway, and that's what brought out the caution. But it looks like your lucky dog will be the 42 of Ty Dillon. He'll be brought back on the lead lap. That'll put 21 cars on the lead lap. But, yeah, everybody's going to pit here. I don't see anybody staying out on this caution. It's going to be too far to make it to the end on the set of tires with guys on fresh tires behind you. But yeah, Stenhouse, after his team has pulled some great strategy, he was running back in the 15th position or so, and now this is going to give him an opportunity to get a restart here with 5 inside the top 5, as well as Tyler Reddick. Also great strategy call by the 8. But I'd say the 8s was more so luck, whereas the 47 actually was going to at least be up in the top 5 battling, even if it went green flag to the finish. So here they come down pit road. Everybody looking at a pretty smooth pit stop so far. Everybody's taking 4 tires. I mean, tires are so important here at Darlington where the track is so abrasive. And now the race off pit road. Who's going to win it? And it is going to be, I think, Logano. Yeah, Logano, Reddick, Byron. So Logano picks up a spot and takes the lead, and it's Logano up 1, Reddick -1, then Byron, Truex, Stenhouse, Elliott, your top 6. So that was huge for Logano. Oh, and Bowman's out there, and it looks like that car is smoking now. Yeah, I think the 48's going to be done. I think that damage they did to the wall may really, if he's not done, he's definitely going to lose a lap or two here. We still have not gotten a replay of what happened with the 48. What's up with that, Fox? Your pick is Recce Spinhouse? That's my pick, man. That's my pick. Yeah, no. So far, my favorites. Oh, yeah. Now that 48's on fire. Yep, the 48 is done for the day. Quite a big of fire going on in that right front now. Yeah, this is one of the biggest fires we've seen so far with the next-gen car. But anyways, yep. So the 48's done for the day. He'll join the garage with his other Hendrick teammate, Kyle Larson. So that'll leave 28 cars still in this race. But yeah, so far my favorites, Larson blew a motor. Tough luck. Honestly, I do have to say Larson has had, I think, the most. He's already had 2 blown motors so far this season, which is, I think, more than anybody else. I don't think anybody else has had more than 1 so far. And this will be his second, last place finish of the season. So that's just not good for his point situation, even though he's already got the win. Just not good trying to get any extra bonus points for finishing in the top 10 at the end of the regular season. Oh, Jamie McMurray will be in the booth next week at Kansas. That was just announced. That'll be a nice add to the booth. I think Jamie Mack should be in the booth full time, to be honest. But appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate it if you drop a like and hit that subscribe button if you enjoy what you're seeing. We're going to get restarted with probably just about 30 to go. It'll be Logano, then Reddick, Byron, Truex, Stenhouse, Elliott, Harvick, Blaney, Custer, Busch, your top 10. And then Eric Jones, Bubba Wallace, Almirola, Justin Haley, Austin Dillon, your top 15. Then Hamlin was really caught out by that caution. He's in 16th. Then Briscoe, McDowell, Burton, Bell, your top 20. Bell also caught out by that caution. Really, all the Toyotas almost, or that caution was not what they needed. Truex got pretty lucky with it, was able to keep a spot in the top 5, but everybody else dropped from running in the top 10 to pretty much outside the top 10 or outside the top 15. But then it's Ty Dillon, Suarez, Gilliland, Cendric, Buescher, your top 25. Or wait, no. It's Dillon, Suarez, Gilliland, Cendric, and Cody Ware, your top 25. Cody Ware having a decent run. Then Buescher, Landon Castle, Bowman, Yaley, Chastain, your top 30, but Chastain and Bowman are both out of this race. But I'd say so far your dominant cars today have been Logano and probably Logano. Larson was really strong when he was still in it, as well as Chastain, but both those guys had issues around this race. But I'd say now it's probably going to come down to Logano. Reddick was pretty fast earlier before he got caught out by having to make that extra pit stop, but now he is back up in the top 5, so he should have a good shot here. Truex has been fast all day, as well as William Byron. So, and then Elliott really started to work his way forward here in this final stage. So now it's, I'd say it's probably going to come down to Logano, Reddick, maybe Truex or Elliott, at least at the moment. But Reddick, Stenhouse, Custer, all having good runs. But with quite a few leading contenders in this one getting taken out throughout this race, it's really allowed the opportunity for a couple other guys to get chances at top 10s, top 5s. Appreciate it. We're up to 9 likes, guys. If we get up to 10, I would really appreciate it, considering this is a limited stream since I'm only going live for the last 100 laps. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it for anybody who's tuning in for the first time, or if you're a returning viewer and you tune into many of my live streams. Right now, we're kind of on the road this weekend, since you can tell. Since if you can look close enough, I'm basically in the garage right now recording. But we're making it work. We're making it work. All I need is a computer and a microphone, and TV to watch the race on. But it'll be Logano on the inside, Byron on the outside. Logano's going to be on the outside. Byron's going to be on the inside. I think. Now I don't know. I would be yes. It's going to be Logano on the outside, Byron on the inside. I was pretty surprised that Logano went inside. If he didn't, but I was going to be surprised if he did because the inside's not been as strong. So it's going to be Logano on the outside, Byron on the inside as they go through the Geico restart zone for possibly the final time today. 33 to go at Darlington in the Goodyear 400. Oh, and Logano spins the tires quite a bit there. Now Byron will have a chance going down into turns 1 and 2. Byron has a slight advantage as they enter the corner. Who's going to get the better roll through the corner? Oh, the 19 has to get out of the gas big time. Now he's 3 wide with the 47 and the 4. The 19 really had to check up there. Oh, and the 19's around. And he's going to take out the 41, the 45. It's the big one on the backstretch, the 23. Oh, boy, both 23XI cars. Oh, that was a bad one for the Toyotas. Oh, boy, the 23 and the 45 are both out of it. Both of those cars are killed, as well as the 41, the 19. I mean, that's all the 19's fault there on that one. I mean, it's not majorly his fault, but he just made a mistake. It wasn't, malicious intent there, but he just got loose there on the back straightaway, or going into turns 1 and 2. Had to get out of the gas, was caught in the middle of 3 wide, and then got tied up against the wall there against the 47 and just lost it off turn 2 corner exit. And that was it for the 19. But then he went around and blocked out the 41 as well as the 23 and the 45. And all those guys, their days are done. The 41 might be able to continue. I don't think he made too much contact with the wall, but yeah, definitely the 19, 23, 45 all done. So that was a bad one for the Toyotas. The 19 just lost it off turn 2, got up into the side of the 47. You could argue the 47 could have left him a bit more room, but oh, wow, the 43 actually also got quite a bit of damage on that one because they checked up there. That was the thing, is the 19 and the 45 and the 41 just spun across the field, and there was nowhere for anybody to go. And a lot of guys piled in behind that wreck. I didn't really see that. I only saw the guys who got into the wall. But, yeah, the 12 definitely got some damage as well as the 43. But this has been a wreck fest here at Darlington now. This is going to take on at least 4 or 5 more cars. And so we may see 25 cars, if not less, finish this race, which is quite a low number for Darlington. But the chaos continuing here. This is going to take a while to clean up. But yeah, the 19, the 41, the 12, really ran hard into the back of the 41. The 43 ran pretty hard into the back of the 45. The 14, I think, also got into the back of some guys. We'll have to see here from the replay. He's kind of farther back in the pack. We'll see how much this affected him. Oh, yeah, he got into the side of the 23. The 11, I don't think got much damage from anybody, but yeah, I think the 43 will probably be killed. The 43, that's a shame for Eric Jones. That's such a sharp-looking throwback, and he was running up in the top 10 quite a bit today. This is one of his best tracks, and he just gets taken out in somebody else's mess. Yeah, the left front is totally killed. Yeah, I think the 12, the 43, maybe even the 11 may also join those guys in the garage. That was one of the biggest wrecks we've seen so far in the next gen on a non-super speedway there. That was the big one at Darlington, all right, down the back straightaway. Yeah, looks like everybody got out of the car okay, which is always good to see. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Yeah, the 11 did get a bit of damage, but yeah, mainly I think it's probably going to be the 45, 41, 23, the 43, and the 12 will be your 5 retirements. Well, I can tell you right now, I'm looking at the leaderboard, who's not moving, who's losing laps, according to the leaderboard, who's probably not going to be finishing this one. Yeah, at least the 19, the 41, the 20. So I do think the 41 is going to be out of this race. So Cole Custer's climbed down in his car. So I didn't think the 41 got that much damage, but he's out in this race. So that wreck took out at least 4 cars. And that would leave, I believe, that'll leave 24 cars in this race, which is very low for a Darlington race. And I think Chris Buescher will get the free pass. And so that'll put Chris Buescher back on lead lap. Oh, the 45 may have hurt. Kurt Busch, he still had his hands on the wheel when he hit the wall, and that really ripped at the steering wheel, really ripped around, and he may have broken a finger or something. I mean, he's holding his hands after after that one. If he didn't break something, definitely sprained a wrist or something. And they are still picking up cars on the back straightaway. The 41, 23, the 45 are all still out there. So, yeah, the complete list of cars involved are the 9, the 11, 12, 14, 19, 23, 41, 43, and 45. So that's, I believe, 10 cars involved in that one. The big one at Darlington. Yeah, at least I think about half those guys are going to retire. So the 19's actually able to keep going. So, yikes. So Martin Truex Jr. caused that crash that's going to take out at least 4 cars, and yet he is going to be able to drive away, at least for the time being. So that is, oof. Yeah, he's going to be owing a lot of apologies after this one. That wasn't really, he didn't do anything aggressive that really caused that. He just lost control on that restart. Going through turns 1 and 2, and that's what caused it. So I really wouldn't say that it was it wasn't like he pushed the issue too hard. He just kind of got loose running 3 wide in the middle, which is hard to do on a track like Darlington. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We're up to 10 likes. I appreciate it. We're closing in on probably about 25 to go here. Yeah. Actually, Chase Briscoe looks like they've fixed up the front end of that car. It's definitely got a couple of dents in it, but if that was the old gen, I'd definitely say there would be a lot more guys taken out in this one. There's no way I'd say the 14, the 43, the 12 would definitely be continuing, because the front ends on those cars would just be totally destroyed. Looks like the 12, it looks like they've got him off pit road. I don't think the 43 is going to be able to continue. If he is, it's definitely going to be at a slower pace, because, that car is really beat up. It does look like the 19's still on pit road, so he may not be out of the woods yet. It doesn't look like he has that much damage. They're lowering the jack, so they're either about to push him back out onto the track or into the garage. We'll see here in a second. Looks like they're about to interview Bubba Wallace. He's just like, he doesn't even know what happened. The 11, they've cut off the entire left front fender off that 11 car, and he's coming back to pit road, so he may not be out of the woods yet either. And the 11 looked like he may have had this one in the bag, but then just the caution comes down at the wrong time, gets stuck back in traffic, and then gets caught up in a big one. But now, if we get another caution, that would be Landon Castle, would be the free pass car, and that would put him back on the lead lap. But yeah, now your top 10 as they run after that caution. Logano, Byron, Reddick, Harvick, Stenhouse, your top 5. So that kind of stayed the same, but then it's Elliott, Almirola, Haley moved up to 8th. McDowell's up to 9th. So McDowell gained a ton of positions out of that. He's up to 9th. Then Bell, your top 10. Dylan, Burton up in 12th. So Harrison Burton may be able to get his first top 10 as a rookie. Then Ty Dillon, Suarez, Cendric, Gilliland up to 16th. Cody Ware in 17th. Then Briscoe, Busher, Blaney, your top 20. Then Hamlin in 21st, last car on the lap. But I think maybe a couple more of those guys are going to retire, because I don't think they're all going to be able to get repaired and back out there to full speed. Appreciate all 30 of you tuning in. If you enjoy what you're seeing, drop a like and hit that subscribe button, because usually it's a bit more sophisticated than this. We're on the road this weekend. And if you can't tell, I'm recording this in a garage right now, so we're just making do with what we've got. But still, I appreciate it if you're tuning in for the first time or if you're a returning viewer to the channel. Man, I really can't believe the 41 retired from that crash. Looking at another replay, he just had the 19 hook across his nose, but I don't even think he made contact with the inside wall. That was hardly any damage, compared to everybody else who retired. Bubba was just talking about that one. He's just like, everything happened too quick. And that's really what happened with that whole crash. You 2 guys spin across the field, and there was nowhere for anybody else to go. So yeah, that's another tough one for 23XI. That's This weekend they had issues, as well as at Talladega, both of their cars taken out of the race. So, they're going through next-gen cars like they're nothing right now, except they aren't nothing. They're costing Denny Hamlin quite a bit of money over there at 23XI Racing. So you got Logano on the outside, Byron on the inside, then Reddick pushing Logano, Harvick pushing Byron. So that outside line's had the advantage on basically every restart so far. How will the inside fare this time through the restart zone? We're going to get restarted with, I believe, 26 to go here at Darlington. It's going to be a Ford on the outside, a Chevy on the inside. So it's Logano, Byron, Reddick, Harvick, your top four, and then it's Stenhouse on the outside of row 3, Justin Haley to his inside. Through the Guy Car restart zone, they go for possibly the final time today. The green flag is out. It's 26 to go at Darlington. Logano's got the advantage at the stripe. Now here they go through turns 1 and 2. Will the 24 be able to slide up? No, now the 4 checks up there like the 19 did on the last restart. Luckily, the 47 were able to hang on to it. But here, the 24's got the advantage to the inside of the 22 down the back straightaway. The 24 to the lead. Now it's Byron out front and Reddick looking to the inside of Logano through turns 3 and 4. It's Byron, then Logano and Reddick side by side for second place. Byron leading it that time by Byron now out front for the first time today. He's looking to pick up his 3rd win of the season. Elliott looking to the inside of Stenhouse. That's for 5th place, I believe. 6th, my bad. But it's Byron, Logano, Reddick, Haley up to 4th place. Haley with a great restart. He's up from 8th to 4th with that restart plus the choose cone. So actually the 24 squeezed the 22 into the wall on that restart. So that wasn't the 22. Oh, Logano is not going to be happy about that. And here he is right on the bumper of the 24 now. Logano just got put in the wall by the 24 off turn 2. So yeah, he's not going to just take that if he can. I mean, he's going to try and get back to Byron if he can. 24 to go. It's Elliott looking to the inside of the 47 off turn 2. He's not quite going to have the run down the back straightaway that time. That's a battle for 6th place like I was talking about. Stenhouse has been really getting beat up on. He has been gotten beat up on these last couple of restarts. But Byron's still holding on. But anyways, McDowell and Almirola battling for 9th place. That's right at the back end of the top 10. Just behind them, Austin Dillon looking to get a top 10 result. He had to start out back this weekend, and he's been really having to work his way forward. He's had quite a few penalties this weekend as well. So he's hoping he can get a decent result after all the adversity they've gone through. But then again, if I were him, I'd be pretty content with just an 11th place finish. But Byron's still holding on over Logano. He's got a 0.3 of a second lead. You got to wonder if when he put that 22 in the wall there on that restart, if that hurt that 22 quite a bit. Also, the 10 just got in the wall last time by a little bit. Nothing too bad. I think Byron's pulling out by now a half a second. Honestly, Byron, he really pushed the 22 there, but it looks like Byron might luck out of this one. I'm sure if Logano could get back to the bumper of the 24, he would give him something he'd remember, but I don't think it's going to happen unless we get another caution here, which we still have plenty of time left in this one for maybe something more to happen, more chaos to unfold. And Elliott's gotten by Stenhouse as well as Christopher Bell. That's dropped Stenhouse back to 8th place. But as they run your top 10, Byron, Logano, Reddick, Haley, Harvick, Elliott, Bell, Stenhouse, McDowell, Almirola, then Austin Dillon, Suarez, Ty Dillon, Harrison Burton, and Todd Gilliland, your top 15. But once you get outside your top 5, top 10 or so, all those cars look pretty beat up since they've been caught up in one big wreck or another, it seems. That last caution we just had gave damage to at least 10 to 12 cars. Now now Elliott catching up to the bumper of Harvick through turns 3 and 4. Elliott looking to crack back into the top 5. He was looking really strong on that last long green flag run, but I don't think he has time to catch up to your leader, William Byron, but he may be able to pick up a couple more spots and maybe sneak his way up to 3rd place. But definitely shout out to Justin Haley right now. due to great strategy call, maybe getting a little lucky here and there, in a couple great restarts, he's been able to work his way up to 4th place. $18 to go now. Reddick looking to get by Logano here. Reddick was really strong earlier in this race. Will he have something for Byron before it's over? I think Logano's car is really hurting now after 24 put the 22 in the wall. I don't think that Logano's got anything for anybody else in the top 5 right now. I think he's just looking to hold on here to the finish. Right now, the gap from your leader to second is just under a second. Right now, your top 5, though, still running within 3 seconds of each other. So just one slight mistake for anybody in that top 5, and you're probably going to lose at least a spot or two. Yeah, the laps continue to click down. It'll be 15 to go next time by. Sorry, guys. Just had a little bit of an issue there. Oh, boy. If we get another caution, though, not many guys have another set of tires to work with to try and make it to the end. It's going to be 13 to go this time by. And Byron's just holding on to a second lead over Logano. Then it's a second and 2/10 back to Reddick. And then it's 3 seconds back to Haley, 3.5 seconds back to Harvick. And Harvick's going to be under pressure here from Elliott here in a second. Elliott's just looking for a way to get by. The gap from Logano to Reddick is kind of staying steady of about 2/10 or so. I really thought Reddick was going to be able to get up and get by that 22 and get by him, but right now that just does not appear to be the case. And right now it looks like Byron's going to be able to sneak his way into his 3rd win of the season. I say sneak his way into this 3rd win of the season. I mean, he's been running the top 5 all day, so it's not quite sneaking his way into the 3rd win of the season. But then again, he did kind of have to put his elbows out to get that lead from Logano. So I feel like if he didn't do that, I think Logano would probably still be holding on to this lead here. They're coming up to lap the wounded car of Denny Hamlin, once one of the strongest cars of the day, but after that last crash that he got caught up in, Hamlin just holding on here to the finish, trying to get a top 25, maybe if he can. See, now, Logano, they're saying Logano picked up half a tenth that time by, but I mean, half a tenth, he's down 8/10, so he's going to need quite a bit of time to make up that gap. But Hamlin just got into the wall again through turns 1 and 2. Yeah, that car is battered. I mean, that thing is held together by some duct tape right now. And Hamlin made it hard to pass him, so that time by, it looks like Logano's going to lose maybe a tenth to Byron. And with 10 to go, Byron and Reddick are going to have to start picking up about a tenth a lap on Byron if they want to catch up to him before this thing's over. But it's Byron, Logano, Reddick, Haley, Harvick, still your top 5. Really aren't seeing any passing here down the stretch. I'm keeping my eyes open for any battles happening on track. But as I say that, Elliott's going to make a move on Harvick. He tries to get by him. He's not going to get by him that time. That was through turns 3 and 4 where he's looking to make that move. But with laps winding down, opportunities are becoming less and less for any guys to make up their track position or to give Byron a shot at or have a shot at taking that lead away from Byron. But as they run, Stenhouse and McDowell looking up to pick up solid results in the top 10. Justin Haley going to pick up a nice top 5. Ty Dillon, Harrison Burton, Todd Gilliland all going to pick up solid top 15s. I'm just hoping for a caution now. Maybe we can get a little bit more excitement before this thing's over. Wouldn't mind a William Byron win, but I'd also love to see a bit more drama play out before this thing's over. 6 to go now, or 7 to go now, my bad. That time by, it looks like Logano took out maybe a 1/10 of that lead from Byron. It's down to 9/10, but he's going to have to do that quite a bit more if he wants to get near the bumper of the 24. Now it's down to 8/10. He's closing in a bit. 6 to go. He's got to get it down to about 3/10 to get within range of maybe sending it in on the 24. It's 7/10 now down the back straightaway. Logano really starting to pull in here. 6 to go, coming to 5 to go off turn 4. The gap is 6/10. Harvick and Elliott are battling side by side for 5th place, but right now Logano closing in on the leader. It's down to 5/10, 5 to go. If Logano can get there, what will he do? He may have pushed it too hard through turns 1 and 2 there. He kind of lost a bit of time. It's still just under 6/10 down the back straightaway. It's half a second between Logano and Byron. It's kind of staying even this time by. Now Byron's kind of moving down to block the line that Logano's running. Put some dirty air on the 22. Make sure it doesn't get too close. 4 to go. The gap's down to 4/10. If he can just take out another 2/10 in the next 3 laps, he can get within maybe a bump and run. It's 4/10 down the back straightaway. 4 to go at Darlington. He's closing in. It's 3/10 as they enter turns 3 and 4. They're both running up close to the wall. Logano's looking for a way past the 24. 3 to go. Can the 22 get back to the bumper of the 24? The 24 gave the 22 a shot to get by him on that last restart. Will the 22 repay the favor? 3 to go. The gap's just under 3/10 of a second. They're coming up on a lapped car. Will that lapped car play a factor? The gap kind of staying even here now this time by. 3 to go, 3 to go. Coming to 2 to go, 2 to go off turn 4. And the gap's 2/10 down the back front straightaway. The 22's got to run on the 24. He's right on the bumper of the 24 as they go through turns 1 and 2. Oh, the 24 right up against the wall. The 22 looking a bit low. The 22's going to have a run off corner exit. What's he going to do? Down the back straightaway. The 22 is right on the bumper of the 24. Through turns 3 and 4 they go. The 24 gets on the gas early. Oh, he gives the 24 a shot. The 24's in the wall. The 22's passed. And the 24's in the wall. The 22 giving the 24 some payback. And it's Logano, your leader. 2 to go. Now the white flag in the air. And it's Logano out front. Now, Tyler Reddick only half a second back from the 22. Can he make anything happen? And Logano gave the 24 Byron the bump to get by him. And look at that. Logano's got the lead down the back straightaway. Reddick is not going to be able to get close enough to make it happen. And off turn 4. Here they come. Joey Logano is going to get his first win of the season. And Joey Logano wins the Goodyear 400 at Darlington. That was crazy. It's going to be Reddick. Byron lost a ton of positions on that last lap. Reddick gets another second place finish. His second place finish in the last 4 races. And then it's going to be Justin Haley getting a 3rd place result. His best, or I can't say that, but his best finish so far this season. Justin Haley finishing 3rd. Harvick gets 4th. Elliott rebounds for a top 5 in the backup car. Then Bell, McDowell, Stenhouse, Dillon, Suarez, your top 10. Then Almirola, Ty Dillon getting a nice 12th place finish. William Byron will finish 13th after that bump from the 22. Man, how about that? That was a crazy battle down to the finish. Man, Byron's going to bring it home P13. You know he's not going to be happy with the 24, but then again, with the 22. But then again, how unhappy can you be when you basically did the same thing to the guy earlier in the race? So it's kind of like, it kind of evens out in my book at least. But then it's Byron, Burton, Todd Gilliland, your top 15. Then Busher, Blaney, Cendric, Cody Ware gets a P19 finish. Then Chase Briscoe, your top 20. Hamlin, Castle, Yaley, Truex, Jones, your top 25. Then Custer, Wallace, Busher, Bowman, Chastain, your top 30. Then Hemrick, McLeod, Busch, Kyle Busch, that is. Then Brad Keselowski, Corey LaJoie, and Kyle Larson round out your field. In what was a race full of attrition where only 23 cars finished, and we had 13 guys not make it to the end, we had a bump and run for the win. This was a great race here at Darlington. We had some great racing throughout the day. And honestly, at the end of the day, the dominant car wins. Logano led the most laps of anybody today with just over 100. And he was able to hold on for a great result here. I thought he was going to be out of it after the 2024 put him in the wall, but he's able to fight back and just at the end give the 24 that bump to get by him. That's what Logano's just like, you're not going to put me in the wall and not get anything back. That's exactly how I view that one. Yeah, what a finish there, ladies and gents. Cannot complain about that one. Well, unless you're a Byron fan, I guess. But then again, I'd almost say that was pretty justified contact in my book. What do you guys rate that race out of 10 if you were watching? Appreciate it if you dropped a like. Yeah, won it from the pole, Joey Logano. You know, Byron's not happy, but then again, I don't see how unhappy Byron can be because, you know, you did the same thing. So it's kind of like, honestly, not that many boos, it sounds like, which is pretty surprising considering he bumped, like, you know, somebody driving the 24 out of the way. I mean, I was pretty surprised he went for it that early. Well, not that surprised, but I thought he was going to wait longer. But, I mean, I don't blame him for sending him that early. I mean, you don't know if you're going to check up next time through turns 1 and 2 and not be able to get by him in turns 3 and 4. But I would say that is justified. I mean, if you guys disagree with that, you can, but that's just my opinion. That's how I see that one. Oh, now, Byron, I don't know. Byron's saying that, you know, they're racing pretty hard, which I will say, I don't think what Byron did earlier was necessarily malicious, or not malicious, but like it was intentional. But I mean, if you push you and if you put somebody in the wall, whether it's intentional or not, you got to expect that they're going to put you in the wall back. So and that was a great finish there, ladies and gents. I'm just going to take down this leaderboard here. And we're just going to turn that off. But yeah, guys, I appreciate everybody who tuned into this one. You give it a 6.1 out of 10. You say most of your favorite paint schemes are caught up in crashes. Same with mine. But you can't win them all. But either way, I'd say that was a pretty enjoyable race. You know, you had some big wrecks. You had some great battles for the lead. You had a great finish. I don't know what more you can ask for, ladies and gents. So we're going to end it there, ladies and gents. So I thank you for tuning in. But yeah, we're going to call it quits on this one. Appreciate it. We got up to 14 likes. I'm only streaming the final little bit of the race. Got over 400 people who tuned in. And yeah, we're going to end it there. I'll see you guys in the next one. I think I'll be able to be live next weekend at Kansas. We'll see. Getting close to the end of the school year, so don't know how much free time I'll have. But yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you guys in the next one.